squares.
Yeah.
In fact, that growly thing that I do came up one time. I was calling, I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was, you know, nearly 20 years ago, in Frederick, Maryland, and my friend Alexander was playing fiddle, and he pulls out a swing tune for the square dance that I was calling, and suddenly this was coming, and I remember standing there like looking at myself going, whoa, like where's that coming from? I didn't know I had it in me, but his music brought it out. That swing tune indeed brought it out. And I got to keep it, even though I don't always get to call it swing tunes. That comes out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of cool.
No, the first time I heard you do, I get chills up my spine. I said, "Oh, wow!"
I get chills sometimes too.
Yeah.
I know I'm really in the pocket when I'm giving myself chills.
Yeah. So
but it's, you know,
no,
not everybody can do that.
No.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't start out to try to do that. Yeah, this style, this Beth Molaro style, I didn't start out to have a style. I started out I wanted to be good at what I did, you know, and so I thought about the teaching a lot and how to present the information and how to manage the room, because there's a lot of crowd control from the stage. You've got the bird's eye view, you get to see everything that's going on. If you're not paying attention to everything, something might not be good for something. You know, you want to facilitate everybody's fun.
Right.
So you got to be mindful and watchful all the time. But this style that developed started out because I started thinking about women callers that I danced to back in those days, and where their voice was pitch-wise with the music. And a lot of them had a shrill quality to them. And I felt, to my ear, they were competing with the vocal range of the fiddle.
Oh,
Okay? There's that place where the fiddle's place in the music is. And a lot of women's voices would be right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you couldn't distinguish their voice from the fiddle because they started mixing up. So that was where I started. I thought, I don't want to be one of those shrill sounding women. I'm going to see what happens if I pitch my voice just a little lower. So I started talking lower than I used to.
Oh.
In fact, I used to sing a lot in chorus and choirs when I was a kid, and I was always put in the soprano section because I could. But I've learned that my natural voice is much more of an alto, much lower place, where my voice is happy there.
Right.
And good stuff comes out of it there that never came out when I was a soprano. So I just started talking in that pitch, and then realizing that I could find a place depending upon the tune that the band is playing and what key they're playing in. My place is a little different depending upon what's happening. So when the music starts, I don't know what they're going to play. I tell them, when the music, with the music balance and swing, and I'm ready to come in, but it takes me a little bit to feel where the music is, where my place is, and get there. But that's my style, is finding that place in the music to be musical. And if I have my own spot, my own slot, then I'm not competing with the fiddle or the mandolin or the banjo. And because of my background as a square dance caller and doing patter, I've brought that into my contra dance calling. So it's not just circle left, circle right, circle to left. So you got this sort of pulse happening, which you have to have for square dance. Or you don't have to. That's how I do square dances. Patter callers call with a pulse. And so I bring that pulse to my contra calling as well, because it's really a lovely added rhythm, vocal rhythm to things. It doesn't step on anything. And I'm always looking at not stepping on the music. So some callers will come back in and call the last time through, no matter what. And I remember my mom and dad started contra dancing, a long time ago now, after I was a caller. And my mom called me up. They'd gone to the Philadelphia dance. And it was an open mic night, and so different people were calling. And the last time through, most of these people would call the whole dance. She said, I don't understand this. They teach the dance, walk it through twice. Then they call it 2 or 3 times, and then they disappear. And then, the last time, they call the whole thing. I've got it by then, she said. I needed it earlier than that. So that's sort of a comical way of looking at it, you know?
Yeah.
But when you think about it, yeah, they've got it.